Oh, it's close.
John Starks, 2 for 18 in the Game 7 is nuts. Nigga, you better swing that bitch. Yes, the Rockets are the
2 for 18 on Game 7. John Starks.
For NBA champion. And shocker, Hakeem wins Finals MVP.
Yep.
Nigga won a D-Point MVP and Finals MVP in the same season. Okay, super nigga, I see you. Damn, Jordan. Where the fuck are you, buddy? Well, while he was golfing or whatever, the league was getting taken over by Titans all the time.
All right, welcome back to the show, everyone. Hope you all are having a good day so far. So I'm going to go in a little blind on this one. I mean, as I kind of usually do, but I don't even know what this one's about, like topic-wise. But it was sent to me by a fan, and let's see. It is titled 1990s NBA Lore, and it's by a channel called Treyyy with 3 Ys. I'm going to link it down below for you guys in the description if you want to check it out. Looks like a rather large channel, 164,000 subs. So, yeah, all I know is that this is about the NBA 90s, or I'm sorry, the 90s NBA. And outside of that, I've never seen a video from this creator. But let's go in blind. Let's see what we think. And as I tend to do, if I enjoy it, I'm going to subscribe. And the longer we go on with this reaction channel, my subscriber list is just crazy. I'm subscribed to so many basketball channels. I kind of love it. But it's crazy to think, like, how many more channels are out there that I just haven't found yet, or we just haven't found yet? That's what I wonder. There's so many out there. Anyways, yeah, like I said, I'm going to link it down below for you guys. And I'm just in the mood for some old school, cool stuff. And it usually fades out at the end of the month, but this month I don't care. Like I keep wanting to revisit the good stuff. So let's get right into it. Before we get into it, I just wanted to thank newest channel member who just joined. It's Sam1310. Thank you so much for the support. You guys have been awesome. I appreciate you all. I mean, for those who can't join in, no worries. Just leave this video a like or just watch the video. I don't care. Any bit of support, I really appreciate everyone. But thank you, Sam, for joining in. And without further ado, let's see what this video is all about, huh?
Last video, I asked y'all what's a valid reason to get bullied. And eating mayo straight out the tub gets it, bro. I ain't gonna lie, that's nasty as hell. Honestly, just eating that bullshit in general is nasty. But teach his own, man. Next question down below.
Okay, I've seen people do it. Have you ever eaten mayonnaise out of the tub? I personally haven't, but I don't think it's... I mean, I think that might be a little nasty, but I do like mayo on a lot of food.
Oh, go humor me.
By the way, if you can't tell, like, by my voice, I'm still just on a high from LeBron getting eliminated from the NBA playoffs. I'm still just a happy dude. So...
A little birdie told me we're done with the 90s. Finished.
Oh, yeah.
Disintegrated. Gone. The fuck out of here. But I had to tell bro, calm down, because I'm bringing this shit back for the series that's more addicting than crack. We did the 2010s. We did the 2000s. It's only right to give the old niggas some love and learn a thing or two, you know what I'm saying? Expand that ball knowledge. Because, yeah, I ain't gonna lie, nigga, I gotta see what this shit talking about. There's old niggas out there that don't even use Viagra. They just think about this decade. And, yeah, man, any decade of basketball gonna end up being crazy. Whether it's moments, highlights, narratives, drama, you know what I'm saying?
Imagine that. I don't need Viagra. I just think of MJ.
It's gonna be busting, especially if I'm talking about it. So sit back, relax, grab your motherfucking popcorn, and slide to the what? Slide to the what? Slide to the time machine.
All right. Let's go back
It's
30
the
years.
1990 NBA Finals, and we got a Pistons versus Blazers series. The Pistons looking for a back-to-back with their motherfucking supervillain squad.
Yep, they were.
And Isaiah Thomas.
What's this called in DC? Like the Suicide Squad. This is like the Suicide Squad.
And Joe Dumar's backcourt with Dennis Rodman and Bill Laimbeer in the front. And these niggas been terrorizing the league, but specifically the Bulls. Every year for the past 3 years, putting belt to ass. Jordan putting up master classes, but one team just looks better than the other. All-time individual player, but an unproven winner.
Yeah.
But in the West,
will he ever win? This is the narratives. Can Michael Jordan ever win a championship? Is he an actual winner, or is he just a scorer? You know, can a team win that's led by a shooting guard? These were all the narratives back then, for those of you who don't know. It's very true. We all questioned. That's why I didn't, even though I was the biggest Jordan fan, I didn't think he was going to beat Magic in his first finals appearance? I didn't. Magic was a proven winner at that point, 5 championships. MJ Jordan at that point had proven nothing as far as winning. He had proven he can get it done on his own as far as like producing, but he didn't produce a championship yet. So yeah, that was the narrative. Can Jordan do it? Is Jordan a real winner, or is he just a scorer? It's crazy to go back and think about.
Lakers usually own real estate, where they made it to the finals 8 of the last 10 years. 5 championships during the run, led by 2 top 5 players ever in Magic and Kareem. Yeah, those Lakers were now without Kareem. Kareem retires after last year's finals loss, meaning it's all up to the first MJ.
And for those LeBron fans out there, just think about how short Magic's career was. This is at 1990 by this point, right? And he had already won 5 championships. I believe he was drafted in 1979. Could have been 78. I mix that one up sometimes. But either way, we're looking at 11 or 12 seasons. And the guy already won more than LeBron James in 22 seasons. Do you guys understand a little bit why we can't have him up on the top of the GOAT list? There are too many people in his path that are above him that did more. And especially did more in less time. And on the same team. Moving on.
Yes, Magic wins MVP, but bounced in the second round by Phoenix. Went on to
take that. Take that. Take that. Let me hear it again. Johnny Arnett, are you out there? Are you watching this one, man? I doubt you are, but if you are, this one's for you.
Wins MVP, but bounced in the second round by Phoenix.
By who? By who? Could that be the Suns?
Who went on to lose to the Blazers at the hand.
If you are watching, I'm just kidding. You guys have won a gazillion championships, and we've won nothing. But I got to take the little wins, man. They feel good.
Clyde Drexler. And so there was a new champion of the West, heading to his very first finals and hoping he could cap this runoff with a chip. And he did not end this runoff with a chip. The games were close, but the series wasn't. Pistons closed him out in 5 with a game winner. It was a good effort, but the better team wins. And Isaiah Thomas is the finals MVP. 28-7 tonight.
68% from 3. Guys, what? I mean, he didn't shoot a lot of 3 balls, so I wonder how many he actually shot, though. Was it like 3 of them?
The Detroit Pistons are your back-to-back NBA champions. Going into this next season, we are officially done with the 80s. A new era had arrived, and while guys were getting older, others were getting better. The league was rising in talent. Guys like David.
What's crazy is I was young enough at that point where the Pistons went back-to-back, where I didn't understand how bad things were between the Bulls and the Pistons. You know, I just enjoyed watching it. And Isaiah Thomas was like my second favorite player at that time. I used to wear number 11. That was the jersey number I'd pick because everybody else would go for 23. So I'd always go for 11 because Isaiah, no matter what, like I don't like him much as a person these days, you know, but Isaiah, man, he was a huge influence on the basketball court.
Robinson, Charles Barkley, Dominique Wilkins, boom! Carl, don't leave him with kids, Malone.
No
Magic
kidding.
Johnson coming off an MVP, still hungry. And, you know, these names are all cool.
Don't leave him with kids. Don't leave him with your wife. Don't leave him with... Man, just leave him.
Only if there was someone who could stop the Pistons.
Allow me to reintroduce myself. My name is
Michael Jeffrey Jordan, who's been shifting the entire culture of the Bulls. Before he got there, they were sorry. I don't even know if Bulls fans existed before this nigga. Now a 2-time MVP with 5 scoring titles in a row. Individually, there was no question that he's a special talent. But what does that mean without a ring?
Exactly.
The current question revolving around Michael Jordan.
It meant nothing. That's the thing, because I remember it. And a lot of you remember it too. It meant nothing. It meant nothing. It meant that you're just out there stat padding. You're out there for individual accolades. All these accusations we made towards Jordan, and then he became the ultimate supreme winner and shut everyone up.
Individual success.
I personally always had faith in him, but that was the narrative. I was kind of fighting back against the narrative. I'm like, no, they can win it. They can win with Jordan, you know? But, well, look what happened. History is what it is. 6 championships, man.
Let's lead to postseason success. Every time the Bulls are right there about to get a shot at the title, the Pistons are right there to put belt to that ass. Last season, the Bulls were able to push it to 7 games in the conference finals and then shit the bed. Scotty with 1 point, 1 for 10. So
the migraine game, man. The migraine game. Yeah, some bad stuff happened. That's unbelievable timing, but it's true. The whole season in the trash. Migraine. It's unbelievable.
Were set to play the Pistons later that year in the conference finals, 4th meeting in a row. They knew things had to be different this time around. no shit. You know what I'm saying? They had to win. But this was the first time the Bulls were a first seed. The first time they've ever been favored due to the natural evolution of their team and Michael Jordan. This wasn't the same Bulls that's been getting their ass kicked. This time they did the kicking and swept the Pistons, finally getting revenge on years of abuse. Made them walk off the court before the game ended.
Yeah.
For the first time in 3 years, we had new kings of the East.
It also shows what mental toughness can accomplish, you know? 1 year later, and a different mindset of, no, we're going to be the bullies. And then they sweep them. Like, that's unbelievable.
Meanwhile, in the West.
And it's not even that they were going to be the bullies. It's that we're not going to give them an emotional response when they hit us. You know, like, we're going to stand there stiff. And that's the worst thing for a bully, is to not give them a reaction. You take away the audience, you take away the stage, then there's no reason for their performance anymore. Sorry, I dealt with some shitty people in my life.
Even though this was the first season in like a decade the Lakers weren't first seed, that did not stop the revenge tour. Well, it stopped the Blazers' revenge tour. Packed them up in 6.
Yep.
Clyde, you're going to have to wait. And so that leads us to a finals matchup niggas were probably dreaming about. Magic Johnson versus Michael Jordan in the NBA Finals. Hold one can come out on top. Pippen's at the line.
Talk about a perfect passing of the torch. I know it wasn't official until the Olympics, but this was kind of the sign.
Puts them up 91-89 with like a minute left. The Lakers come down. Sam Perkins, his three-pointer to take the lead. Good! Bulls are now down 1, and everyone knows who the ball about to go to.
Jordan is down in the paint, being guarded by Worthy.
Wow, 2 old teammates against each other.
And here is Jordan.
Damn.
Oh.
So the Lakers take game 1.
Yep.
And nothing fucking else.
And I'll always say it. Me and my brother had a conversation after game 1. We were devastated, even though we love Magic. MJ was our guy. Look at his freaking eyes. Damn. Look at that intensity on defense. Anyways, no. After game 1, yeah, me and my brother were straight up just like, nah. It's just we saw an immature team out there, like not composed. Game 1, but it was nerves. You know, they had game 1 nerves. It turns out. But we thought, nah, it's over. You know, that maybe next year they'll, after getting this experience under the belt, but no way. They can't beat a composed, experienced Magic Johnson in the finals right now.
Bulls gentlemen sweep them. Jordan makes up for the missed game winner by averaging 31, 11, and 7 for the series. Pippen also has a great series and redeems himself from last year. And the Bulls in general are just looking like a different team, making this the start of what we know to be from the Chicago Bulls.
Young Chop on the beat.
After years of chasing Detroit, Boston, shit, LA, the Bulls finally had Chicago on top. New champions on the block. Jordan wins his 3rd MVP, and Scottie Pippen loses guap. He signed a 7-year, $18 million deal. To put this in perspective, that's like a Jay Crowder contract. The Bulls are making the rest of the league look like baby bros. Everyone dead. Pistons weren't the same after the sweep. Celtics washed. Lakers 8th seed. What the f? Weren't they just in the finals?
I know. After the Bulls swept the Pistons, it's like they ripped their heart out and it was over. They couldn't recover. That's what's so hilarious. The Bulls came back every single year, stronger and stronger after defeat. The Pistons lost once to the Bulls, and then they crumbled. Like, they emotionally could not handle it. Because what are you going to do after that? Once you've been exposed and playing bully ball no longer works on the Bulls, and they sweep you, you've been exposed. It's true. I get it now. Actually, I talked myself around in a circle. I get it. I'd blow up the team too. You just proved it's not going to work. So what are you going to do to get better? You know, you got to come in with a completely different angle. So the Bad Boy Pistons had to go.
Because of
this day. I remember this
the
morning.
HIV virus that I have attained, I will have to retire from the Lakers.
Oh, shit, yeah.
Terrible.
I forgot, bro, called a first-degree burn. And then there's some decent motherfuckers, but come on. The league is in Cook County. The Bulls end that season on 67 wins. Going to the playoffs, sweep Miami, go to 7 competitive games with the Knicks, but come out on top. And again, still so hard to tell. Awaiting them in the finals, though, was the other first seed, the Blazers.
Mama just told me to count my blessings. And
Clyde versus Jordan was everywhere. By far the 2 best guards in the league. Both first seeds coming out of their conference, and both looking to bring home a championship. But only one of them can. I wonder who.
I mean, back then, though, just like we compared T-Mac to Kobe, this was a direct comparison of Clyde versus Jordan. And this was a huge NBA Finals. Huge NBA Finals, because the narrative all season was about Clyde being as good as Jordan. And then, well, let's see what happens.
Gave Clyde 36 big ones a game on 50, 40, 90 shooting in the final.
Hold up. I want to see those all individually.
Gave Clyde 36 big.
Yeah, 36, 7, and 5. Okay. Not as bad as what he was about to do the following. Oh, man. Oh, I just realized what's coming next. 1993. Okay.
Game on
right.
50, 40.
Mal's in a good move. 53? 43% from 3, huh? Damn. 53. Okay, so 53% from the field. That's normal. This is what's special because he actually did shoot more threes than ever in this series. And when he shot more threes, his percentage goes up. How you like them apples?
90
89 from the free throw.
Shooting in the final. And the Chicago Bulls go back to back. Damn.
Yeah, so he was right there at 50, 40, 90 then. Yeah. That's insane. In the finals.
Good summer for Michael Jordan. Won another championship and then a gold medal with the niggas he beat. It's looking like some scary hours in Chicago right now. Going into the next season, every team's objective is plain and simple: dethrone the Bulls. Phoenix decides to trade for Charles Barkley, who is finally done wasting time in Philly, playing like a top 5 player in the league, but surrounded by a bunch of bullshit. Making this move Charles Barkley's chance to prove: are the stats empty or can he contribute to win it?
And 3 people have come to Arizona since I've been alive that gave us the real true hope of winning. Charles Barkley, Steve Nash, and then, believe it or not, Chris Paul. Like these guys turned our team around on a crazy level, and we really believed we can win. And let's find out and see if we win in '93. We might win. Actually, real quick, I was watching a Dan Patrick talk with Charles Barkley from a couple of days ago, and Dan Patrick straight up said exactly what I say about this team. He was like, why didn't you guys win in '93? He was like, you had the better team. And Charles was saying the same stuff. It was so funny. He's like, yeah, but Michael Jordan was the best player in the world, you know? And he's like, yeah, but you guys had the better team. And he's like, yeah, but Michael Jordan was just that good. Like, it's just so true. The Suns were by far a better team that year. But yeah, man. So it's funny when people say Jordan doesn't play like tough competition. He's beating teams that are better than his, but he has to elevate himself to a level that's ridiculous in order to win, and he's willing to do it. And let's see what he does in this series, because he does pretty good, I'll tell you. That's a little teaser.
The Suns become the best team in the league that season thanks to their new MVP, Charles Barkley. Trade worked out exactly how they were hoping, and now they're just hoping to carry into the postseason. The Knicks got themselves a little first seed too. Team looking nice. Pat Ewing, Oakley, John Stark gave the Bulls problems already.
Yeah, this is a tired Chicago Bulls. They just won back-to-back championships, and then their 2 stars just played in the Olympics in the offseason. And now they're coming back to try to get a 3rd championship. These guys are dead at this point.
You know, this regular season talk is all cool and shit, but who gonna do it in the off?
Yeah, let's go. Let's go.
B2A. Everyone, everybody. And it's crazy. In the finals, the Suns got it worse than the East did. 41-9 on 50%.
Yeah. So if you guys are wondering how Jordan beat the Suns, well, he had to do this. And mind you, they weren't scoring 120 points a game back then. Final scores were around 90 to 88, maybe 92, somewhere in there. So he's pretty much getting high 40s, almost 50% of his team's scores. No biggie. And he's shooting 51%, you guys. You know, anybody can call him a ball hog if they want in a series like this. Like, you could. Charles Barkley did. But then when you see that he's shooting 51%, which is better than anyone else on a team can do, well, it just makes sense now, doesn't it? I'd have him shoot every time, too.
40 fucking 1.
Yeah, 41.
I'm damn sorry you had to guard that shit, bro. 3 in a row.
Nah, you're not a Jordan stopper, just like Gerald Wilkins is not a Jordan stopper. Sorry.
The Bulls become the first team in 25 years to three-peat. Who is going to stop this nigga? Could he even do it himself?
I think everyone knows exactly what the circumstances are right now in terms of my decision not to play the game of basketball.
Your decision not to what, nigga? And just like that, at the peak.
Hey, he's missing context. Y'all know what really happened. I'm subscribing. This is a really fun video.
of his career, Michael Jordan decides to end his career with the passing of his father, plus an already Hall of Fame resume. 3 chips in a row, bro. He said, this basketball shit is sweet, bro. I need something hard. Hey, yo. But while this was sad for Bulls fans and honestly just NBA fans in general, there's about 29 other teams who were happy as shit. With Jordan retiring, the league became open season. There was actually a chance for a team other than the Bulls to win, and a chance for a player other than Michael Jordan to be the best in the world. This season was set up to be nothing like the rest, and then there was one who was really nothing like the rest.
You know me. Yep. I mean, okay, in the moment we were devastated, but in hindsight, looking back now, how cool is it that we got this one season to see? All right, Jordan's out. Who's got it? I mean, pretty much it was 2 seasons, but you guys know what I mean. It was like, all right, we don't have to worry about the Bulls right now, so who's gonna take it? And it was cool to get a little flavor in there before the Bulls end up winning 3 more right after this. You know me.
Hakeem the Dream Olajuwon, may you never wake up, led the Rockets to a second seed, averaging 27 and 12, along with 4 blocks and making niggas look silly in the post. Goes on to win MVP and a back-to-back Defensive Player of the Year. No one had answers for bro on either side of the floor. While Michael Jordan's departure was good news for the entire league, you know, every year we get to see who's gonna lose to the Bulls next. For the East, though, specifically, this shit meant the world. For the first time in a while, other teams were excited for the playoffs. Hawks, Knicks, Magic, Pacers, and shit. The Bulls too. Everyone trying to prove and make the most out of their father's absence. So heading into the playoffs, everybody knew this shit about to be a fucking move. Second round of the playoffs, we got a Knicks versus Bulls rematch. After years of Jordan's abuse, this was the Knicks' opportunity, and it's a dog fight. We getting game winners, niggas getting mad, but through it all in all, after 7 games, the Knicks defeat the Bulls to go on to the conference finals and face Reggie Miller and the Pacers. Fast forward, and the series is tied 2-2. Game 5, and Reggie Miller said, "This will be mine." 25 fourth quarter points. The Pacers go up 3-2. Yeah, tell their ass, Reggie. And then they lose the next 2, and the Knicks are heading to the finals.
I know, you're right. Yeah, I always kind of forget about that because it hits a little different because he didn't choke that game, but it didn't work out in the end now, did it?
In hopes for their first ring in 20 years. Patrick Ewing still holding it down for them boys on the block. And looking at who they about to face, you're going to really have to hold that bitch down.
You know me. You know me.
In every series this playoffs, the MVP is looking like an MVP. 30, 11, and 4 blocks across all rounds. And outplayed
Damn, Hakeem.
Last season's MVP in a Game 7. No super team, no second star, just Hakeem on an all-time run and getting ready to cap off an all-time season. So New York, my only question for you is, are you awake or are you fucking...
You know me.
Fucking dreaming.
You know me.
Series is tied 3-3 after Hakeem blocks John Stark's literal shot at a title. Both teams are heading back to Houston for a Game 7. Everybody's 2 favorite words. Who wants it most? Who wants it most?
Which game was it where they cut the broadcast to the O.J. Simpson Bronco chase? Was it? I don't think it was Game 7. Was it Game 7? I can't remember anymore. I was watching.
You know me.
Damn,
it was close.
John Stark, 2 for 18 in the Game 7 is nuts. Nigga, you better swing that bitch. Yes, the Rockets are the
2 for 18 on Game 7. John Starks.
For NBA champion. And shocker, Hakeem wins Finals MVP. Nigga won a DPOY MVP and Finals MVP in the same season. Okay, super nigga, I see you. Damn, Jordan. Where the fuck are you, buddy? Well, while he was golfing or whatever, the league was getting taken over by Titans. All the top niggas hitting that block. Hakeem still playing on the same level as last year, but the Rockets dropped to a 6 seed. Pretty much erasing.
It's so funny. I didn't think about it. The second that Jordan retired and walked away, it became a centers league again.
Him out of any MVP talk. So instead, they went to D-Rob. Yes, the MVP of the 1995 season. Spurs go from a 5th to 1st seed. And last year when they were 5th, David Robinson won the scoring title by 1 game where he dropped 71 to beat Shaq. That's nuts. And funny enough, the MVP was between
Apparently there's some controversy there too. I won't get into it. Maybe for those of you who know about it, put it in the comments. Because I know there's controversy there. People saying that it was fixed in David Robinson's favor. I don't know the details about it, but it was kind of like a campaign against Shaq, because I think he was right there with David Robinson as far as getting that scoring title. But that's about all I really know. So let me know in the comments what you guys know about it. Maybe if there's a video out there talking about this, I'll check it out and react to it.
Of them this year, both leading their franchise to 1st seed, both putting up monster stats, and without Jordan, the league is still wide open.
I wish Clay came back like Jordan came back, like really true to form.
On the tennis racket and picked up the basketball and then put it all in Madison Square Garden's hoop. Jordan was officially back and just in time for the playoff where the Bulls were set to face that 22-year-old in Orlando, co-starring with another All-NBA Penny Hardaway, and together they give Jordan his first playoff L in 5 years. Damn, cookie. Orlando goes on to face Indiana in a 7-game series where each team won all their home games, and Orlando with the home court advantage. Reggie Miller a game away again, but it'll be Shaq and Penny Hardaway fighting for a title against
You know me. You know me.
coming out the West. We're seeing one of the
I don't know why it's so funny.
greatest
man.
playoff runs of all time. Hakeem looking for a back-to-back as the 6th seed this time. Packs up John Stockton and Carl Can't Leave Kids Alone, knocking out the 3rd seed Jazz to then face the 2nd seed Suns, who are up 3-1. Shit, Chuck. Before they got put to sleep. And then in the Western Conference Finals where the Rockets were set to face the Spurs, the 1st seed MVP-led Spurs, he give him his best series of the playoffs and then get him the out of there.
Yeah, I think it was 3 years in a row. The Barkley-led Suns. We lost to the champions. All right, you know it is. What if we're gonna lose, we're gonna lose to the champions at least. I guess it's something, but it doesn't mean crap. It's just something. It's just a tiny warm blanket on the situation. But yeah, we didn't lose the scrubs. At least we lost to the best team.
That's left is the number 1 seed
But we still
Orlando
lost.
Magic. Shaq versus Hakeem. We're in for a move. I'm sorry,
Yeah.
young Padawans. Y'all are not yet Jedi. Nobody hurt. Nothing like that. Just a clean sweep. And the Rockets can also thank Clyde for that, who they picked up mid-season. Went crazy for him and finally got that ring. The Houston Rockets go back-to-back. And on the way there, Hakeem outplays and beats every other elite big man in the league. From one of the greatest seasons of all time to one of the greatest playoff runs of all time. Back-to-back, the league is looking sleepy. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. It's time to wake up. Unfortunately for the league, they got to deal with a full year of Michael Jordan now. You know what I'm saying? No more of that 45 shit.
Nope.
And now they done gave him the craziest nigga in the league. The Bulls finally get that interior defense and rebounding they were looking for after losing Horace Grant. And more than just a replacement, Dennis Rodman was an elite upgrade. Can guard 1 through 5, guaranteed to get you like 16 rebounds a game. Crazy as shit, but exactly what the Bulls need because this made them the number 1 defense in the league, along with being the number 1 offense. They go 72-10 and have the greatest regular season of all time at the time. Best offense, best defense, best coach, best player, best role player. It's looking scarier than when Jordan first retired. And of course, wins his 4th MVP in his first full season back. So going into them 1996 playoffs, moment of silence for everyone in their path. Miami swept, New York gentlemen swept, Orlando swept.
Yeah.
What awaited them in the finals, the first
That
seed of the
Atlanta
West.
one's the big one.
Supersonic, led by Sean Kemp and the Defensive Player of the Year, Gary Payton. A deep, disciplined, and physical team that was first seed in a conference that they dominated in the playoffs, including sweeping the defending champ, and now faced with the most important, hardest challenge.
That's a big key right there.
They dominated in the playoffs, including sweeping the defending champ.
That's big. People discredit the Sonics team, but this Sonics team was phenomenal.
Now faced with the most important, hardest challenge yet.
When they
Winning
had
the ring.
something that is intangible, they had momentum. You know, like they really had belief and momentum. And, you know, I thought they had a good shot. They did have a good shot. They put up a hell of a fight.
Versus Michael Jeffrey Jordan. Bulls go up 3-0, and the Sonics wait till this to put the Defensive Player of the Year on Jordan. And he's clamping them. The Sonics win the next 2 games. It's 3-2, but the Bulls don't let them get shit else after that and win their first championship since Jordan's first retirement. First ring since the passing of his father on Father's Day. And just like that, the Bulls are right back.
See, LeBron fans, for you guys, this is 4 and 6. See how different that looks when you lose more than you win? That wouldn't look good if that was Jordan. In fact, all of us Jordan fans, we wouldn't be arguing he's the GOAT if this was what he did. We'd be like, yeah, he was really good. He did lose a lot in the finals, though. But when you see this, that looks a lot better, doesn't it? And it's about to get bigger. It's about to become 6.
Left off. The league is back in Cook County. I'm saying Dad's back and he brought milk. Shaq leaves Orlando,
Dad's back
but
and he
tired
brought
of this.
milk.
Charles Barkley leave Phoenix to join Hakeem in Houston. Niggas is getting old and Jordan is still winning.
Dad took a year and a half, but he came back with that milk and cigarettes, finally.
Let's spice this shit up.
With the first pick in
What
the
is this channel?
1996 NBA draft,
Great.
the Philadelphia 76ers select
Allen Iverson. Let's go. Look at this guy making a splash right out the gate. Right out the gate. No fear, Allen Iverson. 24, 8, and 4, man. Get out of here.
One of the greatest draft classes of all time. AI, Kobe, Steve Nash, Ray Allen, Jermaine O'Neal, Stephon Marbury. There's more. I could go on. Shit spiced the league up. But this next season,
I consider myself very lucky. I have a complete set of. Hold on. Is it? Are they upper deck? Yeah. I have the complete set from that year of upper deck. So I got all those rookie cards. Really, really cool. I mean, Kobe's in there. Kobe, AI, Ray Allen. Steve Nash for me is huge. Like, I love it.
There's one thing that hasn't changed. You guessed it, Sherlock. The Bulls dominance. One game away from back-to-back 70-win seasons. And Jordan wins another MVP. Who won MVP?
Yeah, we could have busted them niggas. The white van man, we touching on niggas.
Carl, no means no. Malone leads the Jazz to the
no means no. Malone.
First seed ever. The pick and roll with Stockton being unmatched and being the reason why no teams in the West could fuck with them. Sweep the Clippers in the first round to then play the Lakers. Kobe and Shaq first run, and it fucking looked like it. You shooting air balls and shit. Malone doing Shaq like he 13 years old. And then Utah meets the back-to-back champs in the Western Conference Finals. And with one shot
yeah,
to
Malone
send them
did give Shaq problems.
To the finals.
Stockton, open three.
Banger on Charles Barkley's head. I forget about that. Yeah. Sorry.
No better than me. Am I understood? Nigga, it ain't no resting in peace. You resting in peace.
So we have a Utah Jazz versus Chicago Bulls final. 82-82 is game one. Karl Malone at the line just has to make one to take the lead. Instead, makes neither. Bulls come down, 5 seconds on the clock. And Michael Jordan does what Michael Jordan does for the win. Let him know early what the series about to be like. Bulls take both home games. So heading back to Utah, the Jazz needed an answer, and they found it. Fucking poison the dude. The night before game 5, Jordan gets sick as hell, experiencing flu-like symptoms due to food poison. You know, that's really tragic, or would be really tragic.
Oh my God.
If it was somebody
fucking
other than
poison the guy.
The Bulls split in Utah and go back
Crazy.
to Chicago for a chance
poisoned Michael Jordan, 38, 7, and 5.
to end it all. Talking about a chance, a certainty to end it all. It's another nail biter. Jordan splits the double team to Steve Kerr. Game over. Making it number 5 for the Chicago Bulls.
See, a lot of people don't get it. That's another reason why Jordan is like regarded so highly by so many of us. There were times where we expected and we understood. It was like, okay, buddy, it's okay if you fail today. You know, you're sick, or this is going on, or you're injured, or something's going on. And it's like, normally that would be a good time for a star to just like not even show up, you know. But then Jordan comes out, and not only does he show up and he plays through the pain or the injury or the sickness or whatever, he plays better than he normally does. That's insane. And then also the more pressure, the better he plays. He's not. That's crazy.
Champs
No
and now
fear.
a chance to three-peat again. But this next season, there's some good teams. You know, the Lakers are tough now. The Heat are nice. The Pacers are still good. Nah, let's not even waste time like that, bro. Part 2. Again, we're gifted with a Bulls and Jazz finals. Nearing the end of a decade, the end of an era, these teams knew it had to happen now. But only one can make it happen. I wonder who. The Jazz take game 1 in overtime. John Stockton with 24 and the dagger. But Chicago come back game 2 to split at Utah. Then in game 3, holy fucking 96-54.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
remember they had a game. The Bulls
Yeah,
then
I
win
always
their third game
forget about that game.
in a row, and Utah responds in game 5, giving us the beautiful game 6 of the 1998
Yep.
finals. It's 85-86. Bulls down 1.
This was
Jordan
a slugfest, a slog. Man, this was a crazy game to watch. I've watched it plenty of times over the last couple of years. Man, I love this game, though. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful battle, but man, is it a messy one.
double teams Malone, gets the steal, takes the ball down the floor, getting ready to do his Michael Jordan.
17
Michael Jordan about to do his best
from
Michael
game
Jordan
7,
impression.
or from championship number 6.
What's he got?
Jordan, open.
He just ushered him.
With the lead.
Ushered him to a
The
table.
Bulls win their 6th
Yep, there it is,
championship, and
guys. There it is. All right. Now, even if this said this would be better than what the reality is for LeBron fans. But my God, could you imagine that? 6-0 in the finals, insanity, man. Sometimes I don't appreciate it enough. It really is truly crazy.
When Jordan his 6th Finals MVP, he does it again, closing the book off right. And that was the end of the Chicago Bulls. Phil Jackson out of there, Scottie Pippen's traded, and Jordan retires again. The end of an era. You know, that's actually kind of nice of him, giving the league one more open season before the 90s end. With this open season only being 50 games, NBA arguing about money per usual, leading to a lockout. And this leading to an 8th seed making the finals. The New York Knicks are back again, making another shot at the title, but this time, oh no.
You have no idea how good Tim Duncan was. Oh my.
Yeah.
Damn, I'm geek. I don't think that she want me.
I'm so glad David Robinson got one before it was too late, before he retired.
Duncan in only his 2nd year looking like a future superstar. Him and David Robinson sweeping past the West. And then in the finals meet the 8th seed Knicks, whose best player tore his Achilles. Oh, yeah, that's free. That's free as hell.
Damn, I'm geek.
With that, the Spurs wrap up the decade with their first championship. David Robinson finally gets one, ending his career off right. And Tim Duncan starting his career off right. And if you want to know more about
how great to reward him by passing the torch to Duncan with a championship for all of his hard work. Like, David Robinson deserves it so much. I hate that it happened over Pat. Though, I mean, Patrick Ewing deserved one too. There's so many people from that era that deserved a championship that just never got it. MJ, man.
how that went, nigga, go watch the other video. Watch the vid. After this, I'll roll a split. My life like a dream. Every time I post, I win. Pockets full of cribs. In my crib is number blood. Walk around dirty is the fuck, dog shit. And I got mud, dog shit. And I got mud, dog shit. And I got mud. Walk around dirty is the fuck, dog shit. And I got mud.
All right. I don't know about you guys, but I subscribed to this channel like halfway through the video. This was hilarious. And I mean, not only was it hilarious, it was a good recap for people who don't know what was going on in 90s NBA. Like, well, here you go. You know, here's some stuff. So I really enjoyed it. Trey, that was a really, really cool video. Thank you so much for suggesting it to me out there in the comments. I appreciate you all. I don't really know what to talk about at the end. Like, yep, that's what happened in the 90s. But yeah, if you guys could get in the comments, and for those of you who know, yeah, speak on what happened there between David Robinson and Shaq, and I believe it was a scoring title. That was the big thing, and it came down to the last game. But yeah, if you guys could let me know down there, because I feel like I have half the story, but I don't have the whole story. And now that I'm trying to retell it, it's frustrating because I don't know all the facts. So anyways, you guys, thank you so much for watching. Check out Trey's channel if you enjoyed this one. I definitely will be doing so again. And yeah, like the vid if you enjoyed it. Dislike it if you hated it. Subscribe to the channel if you want more content like this. Consider joining the channel. It's down below, that button that says join. And yeah, for everybody, be water, my friends.